Welcome back to Watchmen. I'm still kind of exploding over what happened in the last episode. I'm not sure if I'm really ready for this. So this must be how they met, right? The god walks into a bar. Oh, okay.
20 years after you abandoned humanity.
That's not me on Mars.
Okay, so this is still...
Oh?
This is way after
It's
you
a
left.
recording of It's a moon of Jupiter.
Oh, that Europa.
Whoa, what? The
And
one
what were
that
you doing
Ozymandias is on?
And how does one create life?
So he's the one who created all the clones?
Spreading across the moon's arid skin like
And
a
how was
verdant
Ozymandias there?
The
Why?
primordial ocean transmutes into a liquid creation engine.
Look at that booty.
It's funny.
Thanks.
So he's the one
And
who
then I
created
bring
this
them a
place,
in which
but
to live. A manor house.
the fuck? Like,
Brought them a manor house.
A special place. A place I'm connected to from my childhood.
I thought Dr. Manhattan didn't have
All
any
at the same time.
real
You're talking
attachments to
me here.
anything.
Wo bin ich Stück Brot?
So sure.
I wander the
Yes,
halls
nicely.
of this strange. But whatever these two are doing to
Oh,
our
and it's
moon,
those two. Okay.
It
Oh,
is overwhelming.
sorry for interrupting.
Might we talk to John in private?
Uh-oh.
We like to get to know all the children during their stay here.
Okay, as a parent, if I ever heard that, I'd be like, no? What is it, a Bible? I'm just so good calling these things.
Papa does not believe in this.
Oh, that's all right. These are still very beautiful stories.
You see, that's the right fucking attitude right there.
The
You don't
first
believe in it?
one
That's okay.
It's called
We do.
Genesis.
And they're still beautiful stories. That's what I'm talking about.
And it's about... And say it, John.
That's so sweet.
I will create something beautiful.
It's actually
7
like
decades
so
later.
adorable.
And 3, but in theirs.
Wow.
That is kind of
I
beautiful.
gotta tell you, man.
Oh, it's the
I
Black
love
Mirror song.
Oh,
I mean, I know it's not
We just
the Black
met.
Mirror song, but it plays a lot in the Black Mirror.
I
In Black Mirror. I
was
can't talk
already
right now, I'm
in love
sorry.
with you.
for example, I'm looking at you hiding behind your mask, and I'm having the opposite of that. I thought Dr. Manhattan glows.
I could if I wanted to.
So he
It would
could just,
attract too much
could just
attention.
glow real quick.
Come on. So why do it anyway?
Haven't you ever done anything you knew you were going to regret?
That's a fair
Maybe.
point. Oh, and one of these is going to be Cal.
Unless, for some reason, you have yet to present all the options.
She's like, okay, mister, I see everything. Like, could just lead with that. That is so trippy.
My vocal cords loosened in the transformation. Shall I adjust them back?
No, I'm good,
She's like, no, you're hot as hell right now. Like, stay like that.
but I'll play.
But then how can they
So,
possibly destroy Dr.
after
Manhattan if he's already experiencing
together?
that too?
10 years.
Oh my God. Holy shit. I have never even heard this song before.
It's called Tunnel. You will.
Kind of the same
I'm sorry,
reasons
but it's
didn't really
already
work out with Laurie
Do you
and
wanna
Dr.
fight?
Manhattan.
No, but the fight will still happen regardless of my intent.
What the fuck are you doing?
What is he doing? Like, what's the goal? Hello. I keep forgetting HBO's like, we can show you whatever we want to show you, so get used to it. Has there ever been a booty so fine? I mean, did you really think you'd bring about world peace by what you did?
Nice to see you again.
Dumb fuck.
How did you know it was me?
I can't look away.
Should I put something on?
No, please don't.
You've just attempted to destroy me.
Sorry about that. One cephalopod at a time.
Okay, but I think we've established already that that's not working.
Appropriation is considered quite problematic now.
Oh, I was like, what is he talking about?
Let me guess again.
So he fell in love with Angela, but he never went back to
You're
Laurie?
wearing this want to be romantically linked to a god. So
I feel like
you
there's
don't
actually
just
a lot of people that
look
would
like a mortal.
totally be down for that. Interesting.
And how long would it take for you to make this device?
Oh, my dear sweet John.
What, he's already made it?
I made it 30 years ago.
I figured.
Is Plan A.
So those tachyon particles have got to be why he doesn't know that the 7th Cavalry is going to kill him, right?
Amnesia.
Or attempt to?
He and I have matters to discuss.
Well, best discuss them now.
Hmm.
Well, you still know you that I'd like in exchange.
Oh, he wants to go to
I saved the
Europa.
world from nuclear Armageddon, John.
Sort of. So...
It's a beautiful place.
So he agreed to go?
And
Paradise.
Paradise will become your hell. That's a big set of answers right there.
That's it?
it is technically life.
You got to be a little
Bet
more
you can
flashy
live in
with it,
there.
though. That just looks like a
But you would
magic
still
trick,
have
man.
dinner with me. If someone were to consume it, they would inherit my powers.
Oh.
So,
Now the plan of the 7th Cavalry is
I don't
starting
want
to make a
kids.
little bit more sense.
I've never wanted kids, and I'm never gonna have kids. So,
Not true, not
sorry,
true, not
Doc.
true. Gross.
The tunnel of love.
That's why she said it's time to come out of the tunnel. There's so many things they're answering in this one.
Tragedy.
She might have left it in his head for the rest of their lives. Or the rest of her life, I suppose. Circumstances change, though. Alright, here we are back in the
Cal?
present. I still can't believe that, dude.
One of them was about to shoot me in the kitchen, but you zapped him away.
Oh,
Without
so that's
the
how she
awareness
survived that.
Of your abilities.
Would you excuse me for a moment, please?
Okay, bye.
Swimming pool. Look.
Oh, that happens all the time. Don't even worry about that.
That's because he is.
Oh shit, okay, you're just gonna tell them? Excuse me.
Motherfucker.
I would have the same reaction, like,
Where are they?
you don't do that.
Where did you send them? Get the fuck up off the pool and tell me where they are right now.
When he died years ago, he bequeathed this property to an old acquaintance.
Aw, maybe he did care about him more than I thought.
You may know me better as Dr. Manhattan.
He's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm guessing that's why he said to Angela, like, I'm Dr. Manhattan.
She want me in her life.
She does.
I'm like, "Yeah, you don't know that. You literally just haven't tried.
I know because she says over and over again that she doesn't want a family, yet it is clear through her actions that it is all that she wants.
Aw, that breaks my heart, dude.
I know because I'm talking.
Ask him, how did he know Judd Crawford was a part of Cyclops?
And how you know he had a clan rope hidden in his closet.
Oh, and he found out because of this moment, right?
Who's Judd Crawford?
Ah, that's crazy. So Angela's the one who told him, essentially. Ah, this is like watching Dark again. This is great.
No shit. Did I start all this?
Kind of.
The chicken or the egg.
Exactly.
What?
There's no real origin to it.
Paradox.
What the hell are you doing?
Making waffles. Wash the eggs.
Oh, come on, don't break the eggs. Why?
Why not?
We can't stop them. There's nothing we can do.
There's something I can do.
She's like, the fuck there is.
I just told you that you can't save me. And you're gonna try to. And the moment I fell in love with you. This is the moment.
Oh.
Is that supposed to be romantic?
It's kind of romantic.
All this time we've been together.
Is this show gonna make me cry? I don't want to cry. I really don't. Badass. She's the reason he dies, isn't it? Like, if she didn't go out there, he wouldn't have had to come and save her. Okay. Problem dealt with. Let's leave now. Let's not hang out.
John!
Bitch, what the
I
fuck?
can't keep calling you that. Fuck it. Why not?
Damn. That was such a good episode. God, this show just does not disappoint. Holy shit.
No.
Am I supposed to see what's happening right now?
Heaven doesn't need me.
Interesting. So he thought he wanted peace, but what he wanted was to be, useful. He wanted to be able to change things.
Enjoy your fucking cake.
Maybe search inside the cake. Maybe there's something in there. Oh, there is something. What is that? A horseshoe? Bish, what? I got theories. I got a lot of theories. So, yet another fantastic episode of Watchmen. People were not lying when y'all told me that, patience and waiting for the answers was going to be worth it. It was. I thought certainly I'd be at least a little disappointed with something, but so far it's all just coming together so nicely. So where to begin? There are a lot of answers in this episode that makes a lot of things make so much more sense. I'll just start talking about the fact that Dr. Manhattan lives in every moment of his life at once, because that just led to such cool storytelling and really interesting paradox kind of moments. Specifically the moment when Angela inadvertently was the one to tell her grandfather that Judd was part of the 7th Cavalry and a Klansman. Like, that was so great. It was so reminiscent of me watching Dark, because that whole show is nothing but a giant paradox with moments just like that. So I really love that aspect of him living every moment of his life at once. And I can't believe that it was Dr. Manhattan who created that whole place on Europa. Like, it makes perfect sense. How else could that be created? I thought maybe it was some kind of weird fucking like computer simulation. Or I don't know, technology has gotten extremely advanced in this world by 2019. Maybe it was something like that. But no, it was an idyllic world created by Dr. Manhattan. The babies in the lake, all the clones that are there, all created by him. And Adrian asked him to go there because his plans for world peace didn't really work. And now that he's gotten a taste of a world with no conflict, he hates it. It's absolute hell to him because he wants to be useful. He wants to fix problems, not just live in a world where everything is perfectly fine and happy. And I don't think that's an Adrian thing. I think that's a human thing. Like, lots of people want world peace. On paper, in theory, that would be perfect. But truth is, without conflict in our life is essentially kind of meaningless, which could lend itself to many religious ideas, which I don't typically align with. But I mean, it's a fair point. It's kind of the truth. And I gotta say, it was actually genuinely heart-touching and beautiful. The reason he created that was because of the two that he met on that estate. And them telling him, whatever you may do in your life, one day we want you to create something beautiful. And so he created it in their image. That was honestly really heartwarming. I don't know why that touched me emotionally so much, but it did. And it also kind of proves that, and the fact that he fell in love with Angela, that even as much of a god as he's become, he does have emotions and desires. Maybe not in the same way a typical human would, but he still holds that estate and those people in high regard, even well after he's become what he has. Maybe simply because he experienced that as a human, but he never experienced really anything with Angela as a human. And what he did, he doesn't remember. And I'm not gonna lie, if I was Lori, I would be so pissed if I knew about all that. Because essentially he leaves her because he's so underwhelmed with humanity and all the hypocrisy within it, the fact that he can't feel the way he once did. So yeah, if I was Lori, I'd be like, motherfucker, you do have these kinds of feelings and you never gave them back to me? I loved you with all my heart. Like, not gonna lie, that's actually kind of heartbreaking that Lori never got what she wanted out of that. But it's also very touching that that did happen with Angela, because like he said, he saw that she was so empty and lonely, and even though she says she doesn't want it, the one thing she really, really wants is family. And unfortunately for her and John, or Cal, I don't really know how I should refer to him anymore, it's going to end in tragedy. And I do believe that can't be changed. I'm pretty sure this show is going to end with Dr. Manhattan actually dying or ceasing to exist. I think they'll still save the day and make sure that the 7th Cavalry doesn't acquire his powers. Which, by the way, we also know how that is possible, because he can, like, imbibe his own, like, energy into something else that can be consumed, giving that other person his powers. Which I think is a little ridiculous, to be totally honest. But when you're talking about a character who can quite literally do anything, it makes sense. I'm usually not a fan of when TV shows, or really any storytelling, hit such a climactic point and then put you on pause to explain everything that came before. But there are ways to do it that don't halt the story completely and do keep you completely interested. This was certainly one of the best ways I've seen that done. I find it very interesting that the reason he's able to become a human and forget everything is because of Adrian. And as thanks, you know, he takes him to Europa, which ends up not being so great for him. Which I'm not complaining about. Sorry, but Adrian, you can go fuck yourself. I don't know, he just thinks he's so right in what he did to create peace. And in some ways, sure, like, it sort of worked temporarily, but the fact that he was arrogant enough to think that that would create world peace for forever, I don't know, it kind of irks me. But they also 100% answered that he's the one behind the squid falling from the sky periodically, just to, again, create the illusion that that alien threat could come back, so everyone should remain peaceful and unified. Which, not gonna lie, out of all the reveals, that's the one I was like, well, yeah, kind of figured. And I'm assuming the reason the clones are so against Adrian leaving is because Dr. Manhattan created them to literally be servants. Like, their life's goal is to serve and please a master of sorts. Which means, in my opinion, Dr. Manhattan, you kind of fucked up on the whole peace thing. Unless they're trying to say the only way for there to be complete and utter peace is if we are all servants to something. Which maybe that's true. I mean, there's an argument to be made there for sure. Still kind of blows my mind that Angela, by a mistake, is the reason this was all set in motion 10 years ago. Cinematography in this episode was great, as usual. There were several very wide shots that were done, like very landscape kind of driven shots that I think were perfect, just because they really emphasized the fact that Dr. Manhattan is a god, essentially. And I'm not gonna lie, usually those shots involved him being nude, and I did not hate that. I, in fact, kind of loved it. Music in this episode was pretty fantastic, because again, I feel like the Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross score didn't really kick in again until we finally caught back up to the present storyline, which gave the episode a slightly disjointed feeling without it being too jarring in a way that would kill the momentum of it. As for acting, I'd be a fool not to give it to Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, because it's really strange seeing him play Cal, who is such a kind and essentially very normal human being, and then in this episode to play Dr. Manhattan, who is so far beyond humanity, but still has that little semblance of humanity left, where he feels love and occasionally, very occasionally, like a little bit of humor and everything as well. I think he did a fantastic job. And again, He was nude for a lot of it, and I liked it. Leave me alone. Editing and pacing was, in terms of story progression, it was actually kind of slow, but in my opinion, the pacing was actually rather fast considering all the information they dumped on you in this episode. Really, the only question I have left at this point is, what does the Millennium Clock do that's supposed to save the day? Aside from that, we pretty much have everything now. Like, it's all been laid out there for you. The groundwork is set for what I can imagine is going to be a great finale. At least I sincerely hope so. If the finale is disappointing, that will be kind of crushing, honestly, for such a great show with such a perfect setup for whatever the fuck is about to happen. So yeah, I would say the pacing is oddly slow and fast because, like I said, story, not a whole lot happened, but in terms of revealing so much, really delving deep into why the characters are where they're at, why they're doing what they're doing, there was a lot that they did in this episode. Overall, I'm going to give this episode another 9.9 out of 10. I think I preferred this episode over the last one by just a little bit. So in terms of order, my favorite episodes thus far would be episodes 6, 8, and then 7. But yeah, fantastic episode, fantastic show so far. As long as the finale isn't an utter pile of shit, this is going to be a show I recommend to literally everybody I meet. So I will catch you all in the next episode where we finally wrap up this show, and that's about it.